In the heart of Jamaica lies Waterford, a place of vibrant spirit and hardship. This is where our story begins, with a boy named Adidja Palmer. No one knew he'd become Vybz Kartel, a king of dancehall. His journey started on these tough streets, shaped by struggle and resilience. Growing up, Adidja was surrounded by reggae and dancehall, the soundtrack of his childhood. His grandmother encouraged his love for words, fueling his passion for stories and language. He read everything he could, sharpening his mind and wit. The lessons of loyalty, perseverance, and the power of music were everywhere. Music wasn't just entertainment, it was a lifeline, a way to express both joy and pain. Adidja watched, listened, and learned from his community. He was a student of life before he was a student of music. The foundation for his future was built in these formative years. The struggles and strength of Waterford shaped his voice. Inside him, a powerful story was waiting to be told. His journey was just beginning. Life in Waterford, a district often overlooked, meant daily battles with poverty. It was a constant struggle to make ends meet, where basic necessities were often a luxury. Families worked tirelessly, yet the grip of poverty seemed inescapable, and limited opportunities. The cycle of poverty seemed to perpetuate itself, with few avenues for advancement. Young men, full of potential, often found themselves trapped in a system that offered little hope. For Adidja, this harsh reality could have easily crushed his dreams, leaving him disillusioned and defeated. The weight of expectation, coupled with the lack of resources, could have stifled his ambition before it even had a chance to blossom. But instead of succumbing to despair, it only fueled his inner fire and made him more determined to rise above his circumstances. He refused to let his environment define his future. He saw friends make tough choices, often driven by desperation and the need to survive in a world that seemed stacked against them. The allure of quick money and easy solutions was ever present, but he made a conscious decision, promising himself a different path, one paved with hard work, integrity, and a relentless pursuit of his goals. He knew the road ahead wouldn't be easy, but he was prepared to face the challenges head-on. Every day was a lesson in resilience and resourcefulness, forcing him to adapt and innovate in order to overcome obstacles. He learned to navigate the complexities of his environment with wisdom beyond his years. He learned to make the most of what he had, finding creative solutions to everyday problems and turning limitations into opportunities. He understood the value of ingenuity and the power of a positive attitude, a mindset that would serve him well in the years to come, providing him with the mental fortitude to weather any storm. This positive outlook became his shield against negativity and his compass guiding him towards success. The struggle wasn't just about money or the lack thereof, it was about breaking free from the limitations imposed by poverty, societal expectations, and the constraints of his environment. It was about forging his own path and defying the odds. Hardship taught him the invaluable lesson of hard work, instilling in him a strong work ethic that would become a cornerstone of his success. He understood that nothing worthwhile comes easy and that dedication is key. And the unyielding hunger for success, a burning desire to achieve his dreams and create a better life for himself and his community. This hunger fueled his ambition and pushed him to constantly strive for more. His experiences gave him an authentic voice, raw and unfiltered, one that resonated deeply with people facing similar struggles, allowing him to connect with them on a profound and personal level. He became a voice for the voiceless, a beacon of hope for those who felt forgotten. He wasn't just singing about hardship, using his voice as a form of escapism or entertainment. He was living it, breathing it, and channeling it into his art, making his music a powerful reflection of his reality. The pain, hope, and dreams, the complex tapestry of emotions that defined his existence in his lyrics were undeniably real, drawn from the depths of his personal experiences and the collective struggles of his community. His story was born from the gritty streets of Waterford, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. He was determined to make the world listen, to amplify the voices of the marginalized, and to inspire change through his music. The lessons of his childhood, etched in his memory and forged in the crucible of hardship, became the unwavering fuel for his ambition. He turned adversity into motivation, transforming obstacles into stepping stones on his path to success. His background, the trials and tribulations he faced, shaped the man and the artist he would ultimately become, imbuing his work with authenticity and depth. The world was about to hear his story, a story of struggle, resilience, and triumph, a story that would resonate with audiences around the globe. Amidst the daily struggles and hardships, music became Adidja's sanctuary, his escape and his primary source of inspiration. It was the one constant in a rapidly changing world. The vibrant sounds of dancehall and reggae permeated every corner of his environment, filling the air with infectious rhythms and powerful messages. He found himself irresistibly drawn to the raw energy and intricate wordplay of iconic artists like Ninja Man and Bounty Killer, whose lyrics painted vivid pictures of Jamaican life. He meticulously studied their lyrics, dissecting each verse and chorus to understand the nuances of their delivery and the depth of their storytelling. He began dreaming of one day commanding a crowd himself, captivating audiences with his own unique brand of musical expression. He envisioned the energy, the lights, and the roar of the crowd. Soon, fueled by passion and ambition, he began writing his own rhymes, pouring his heart and soul onto the page. He started filling notebooks with sharp, honest lyrics that reflected the realities of life in Waterford, capturing the struggles, the triumphs, and the everyday experiences of his community. His close-knit circle of friends quickly recognized his burgeoning talent and the unique perspective he brought to his music. They eagerly gathered to hear him perform his latest creations, offering encouragement and constructive criticism. He wasn't just imitating his idols, he was finding his own voice, his own rhythm, and his own way to connect with his audience. He was actively developing his own distinctive style, experimenting with different flows and lyrical techniques to create something truly original. He took a significant step forward by forming a group called Vybz Kartel, a name that would soon resonate throughout the dancehall world. This marked his first real taste of performing on stage and collaborating with other artists, experiences that would prove invaluable in shaping his future career. Even as a teenager, his burning ambition was undeniably clear. He wasn't just playing around, he had a vision. He wanted to leave an indelible mark on the dancehall scene, to push boundaries, and to redefine the sound of Jamaican music. He worked tirelessly, honing his craft and perfecting his skills, treating music not just as a hobby, but as a sacred calling, a destiny he was determined to fulfill. This formative period was absolutely crucial. It was during this time that Adidja Palmer was undergoing a profound transformation, evolving into the musical force that the world would come to know as Vybz Kartel. Music became his chosen path out of the cycle of poverty, offering him a chance to build a better future and to make a name for himself on the global stage. He possessed an unwavering belief in his own talent and a clear vision for the kind of music he wanted to create. He knew that the journey ahead would be fraught with challenges and obstacles, but he was mentally and emotionally prepared to face them head-on. The first tentative notes of his ambitious dream had already been played, and he was now fully determined to compose a masterpiece that would resonate with audiences worldwide. The vibrant and ever-evolving world of dancehall was about to undergo a seismic shift. His unique voice, brimming with raw talent and unfiltered honesty, was finally ready to be unleashed upon the world. The stage was meticulously set, the lights were primed, and the anticipation was palpable. The world was waiting for Vybz Kartel to take his place in the spotlight. Breaking into dancehall was a monumental challenge for Kartel. He faced countless rejections. Producers dismissed his unique style and voice. He performed at local shows, often overlooked or given little time. The industry was tough and connections were everything. Without a mentor, he had to be his own manager and promoter. These struggles forced him to be self-reliant and resilient. He refused to change his style, believing his uniqueness was his strength. People told him to sound like others, but he stayed true to his vision. The constant rejection tested his resolve. He learned valuable lessons about the business and about himself. He realized he could depend only on his own determination. This period was a crucible, forging his character. The legend of the world boss began in these moments of doubt. He turned setbacks into motivation. His persistence set him apart. The world wasn't ready for him yet, but he was ready for the world. The foundation for greatness was being laid. When the world said no, Kartel's determination only grew stronger. Every rejection fueled his drive to succeed. He wrote better lyrics, practiced relentlessly, and refused to quit. Success, he knew, was a marathon. While others relaxed, he studied music production and branding. He prepared for every challenge, sharpening his skills. Doubts crept in, but he remembered his roots and the promise he made to himself. The fear of failure was powerful, but his desire for success was stronger. He pushed through weakness, finding strength in ambition. Giving up was never an option. His work ethic began to attract attention. A loyal following grew drawn to his raw, honest music. He was no longer just another aspiring artist, he was a force. The tide was turning. His unbreakable spirit was bending the world to his will. The journey was far from over, but momentum was on his side. Determination was his greatest weapon. The fire inside him could not be extinguished. Every great story has a turning point. For Kartel, it was being discovered by Bounty Killer, a dancehall legend. Bounty Killer saw his talent and brought him into his musical alliance. Suddenly, the industry took notice. Kartel began writing hit songs for established artists, earning respect as a lyricist. The name Vybz Kartel started buzzing in the music scene. He was no longer an outsider. He was a respected writer and performer. His first major solo hit changed everything. The song became an anthem, played everywhere. Years of hard work and rejection led to this breakthrough. Success snowballed, one hit followed another. He proved he was no one-hit wonder. His confidence grew and he pushed dancehall's boundaries. He had found his voice and the world was captivated. The boy from Waterford was now a star. The turning point had arrived. There was no looking back. Kartel was on his way to the top. With his breakthrough single, the landscape of dancehall was forever altered. It was a moment that not only propelled Vybz Kartel into the spotlight, but also signaled a shift in the genre itself. Kartel's rise was meteoric and unstoppable. Each new track seemed to eclipse the last, solidifying his position at the forefront of the dancehall scene. His influence began to permeate every corner of Jamaican music culture. He released song after song, a relentless barrage of hits that showcased his lyrical prowess and innovative sound. The sheer volume of his output was astounding. Dominating the airwaves, every radio station, every sound system was playing Vybz Kartel. He was inescapable. His work ethic became legendary. Stories circulated of his tireless dedication to his craft, spending countless hours in the studio perfecting his sound. He was everywhere in Jamaica. From Kingston to Montego Bay, his music resonated in every street and every community. Kartel wasn't just a star, he was a cultural force, a magnetic presence that captivated audiences with his electrifying performances. He was a phenomenon. His image, his style, his very persona became instantly recognizable and widely imitated. He changed the sound of dancehall, pushing boundaries and experimenting with new rhythms and melodies, introduced new slang, and influenced fashion. His lyrical innovations and fashion choices became the trends of the streets. His impact went beyond music. He became a voice for a generation, a symbol of ambition and self-expression. He became a cultural icon. His influence permeated every aspect of Jamaican society. Fans hung on his every word, dissecting his lyrics and analyzing his every move. And his lyrics sparked debate. He wasn't afraid to tackle controversial topics, igniting conversations and challenging societal norms. He connected deeply with the youth, understanding their struggles and aspirations, voicing their frustrations and dreams. He gave them a voice, a platform to express themselves and be heard. His dominance was undeniable, a reign that saw him consistently topping the charts and setting new standards for success in dancehall, winning awards and selling out concerts. His live performances were legendary, drawing massive crowds and creating an atmosphere of pure energy. Collaborations with international artists opened new doors, exposing his music to a global audience, brought dancehall to the world stage. He became an ambassador for the genre, showcasing its vibrancy and power to audiences around the globe. He built a business empire, demonstrating his entrepreneurial spirit and ambition beyond music. Launching his own products, from clothing lines to liquor brands, he diversified his portfolio and expanded his influence. From poverty in Waterford, a testament to his humble beginnings and the challenges he overcame, to entrepreneur, he achieved his dream. His story became an inspiration to countless others who aspired to break free from their circumstances. Kartel became the king he always envisioned, a self-made monarch who ruled the dancehall kingdom with an iron fist and a creative vision. His journey was a testament to the power of self-belief and the unwavering pursuit of one's goals, to talent and relentless drive. He proved that with hard work and determination, anything is possible. He overcame every obstacle, defying expectations and silencing his critics along the way, rewriting the rules of the game. He challenged the status quo and paved the way for a new generation of dancehall artists. The rise of the world boss was more than a musical success. It was a cultural phenomenon that transcended the boundaries of entertainment. It was a cultural revolution. He sparked a movement, inspiring a generation to embrace their identity and express themselves freely. Adidja Palmer had reached the summit. He had conquered the dancehall world and left an indelible mark on Jamaican culture. He was on top of the world, a global icon whose music resonated with millions. The king of dancehall had arrived, and his reign was just beginning. Vybz Kartel didn't just make hits, he redefined dancehall for a new generation. His complex lyrics and storytelling set a new standard, forcing others to elevate their craft. His influence echoes in artists worldwide. Kartel gave a voice to the voiceless, addressing social issues and the struggles of the poor. He became a hero to many, a champion for the underdog. Even through personal and legal challenges, his music endured. His fan base, the Gaza Nation, is fiercely loyal. Kartel shaped language, fashion, and youth culture in Jamaica. His fearless self-expression inspired others to be bold. Whether loved or criticized, his impact is undeniable. He's more than an artist, he's a cultural force. Kartel's legacy will be studied for generations. He left a permanent mark on Jamaica's history. Adidja Palmer's story is proof that greatness can come from anywhere. He started with little, but his talent and work ethic built an empire. His journey shows that circumstances don't define destiny. We all face obstacles and doubt, but Kartel turned them into stepping stones. His life is a testament to the power of the human spirit. Talent alone isn't enough. It must be paired with relentless effort. Kartel perfected his craft through thousands of hours of work. His story inspires artists, athletes, and entrepreneurs alike. Success is determined by what you do with your gifts. Hard work drives talent to greatness. Kartel's legacy is one of inspiration and hope. He proved that dreams can come true, no matter your background. With talent and determination, anything is possible. You can achieve your dreams. You can become the boss of your own world.